Everybody, welcome back to Wicked Good Sports. This is the Way West Stand, and we're joined, as always, by Rhett Conway. Rhett, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Brian.
I bet. So, obviously, the big news of the day, London Derby, Part 2. Again, I'm confused with how it's all set, but the London Derby took place over the weekend, and how did Arsenal do?
Oh, they did great. They did great.
Hmm,
And don't worry too much about your confusion. You're getting used to this.
yes,
One brief point before we get too deep in it. It is the North London Derby.
the North London Derby. My
Both
apologies.
teams are in North London. In fact, the
Hmm.
stadiums are, as the crow flies, like a mile away from each other.
Oh, that's
So
intense.
yeah, it's very close. I mean, inner city rivalries in America don't have anything on the closeness that this is.
No, no, definitely not.
But North London Derby went great. I mean, this was the first win that Arsenal had away to Tottenham since Mikel Arteta was putting on a jersey for Arsenal.
All right. So how long ago is that in years for the
It's
uninformed?
9 years since we won away to Tottenham in any competition.
Whew,
And I think it was the
Jesus.
last 7 matches that the home team hasn't won. Or
Hmm.
last six, one of the first of the last 6 matches that the home team hasn't won.
Yeah, we
Um,
talked about that last time that this home
yep,
field advantage
yep.
is really important and didn't help. Didn't didn't help Tottenham.
Yeah, a lot of that was where teams kind of fit in
Mm,
their season. It just kind of happened to work out that way. Uh, and again, this year, Tottenham are in a little bit of free fall right now. Uh, I just got done doing the Swinging at Shins podcast
mm,
with Aaron, and we talked about possible reasons why, whether Conte's to blame or Spurs or whatever. But Tottenham
mm,
right now, just not making smart moves, not putting the best players on the pitch in the best ways. And Arsenal are clearly doing exactly the opposite of that,
mm.
where everything we do kind of seems to turn to gold.
Yeah, this season especially. I mean, let's pull up the standings right now. Still number one, of course. Now 47 points, right? A
47
full
points, 8 points
8 points.
clear.
Yeah. How does that feel?
I got to pinch myself. I got to absolutely pinch myself. I mean, it hasn't died down. In the beginning, when we all thought, hey, we're going to ride this for a while, and then when we
Mhm.
drop off, we'll be happy as long as we get top four.
Sure, sure.
Um,
Yeah.
I woke up with like, we are top of the league. Say we're like in my head. It happens all the time now.
Mhm.
Like, 8 points clear. It is January 18th. This is
Mhm.
amazing. We haven't played a full half a season. However, half a season is after the next match week, which is no easy game. We got Manchester United coming to town. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But even if we lose a Manchester City win, we're
Mhm.
still 5 points clear halfway through the season. Makes you
Yeah.
feel real good, real good.
No, definitely. So in this game, do you want to break down the goals a little bit? Maybe kind of talk about who was impressive, who was, who really made this difference, who led them to this 2-0 victory.
So if I was a Spurs fan, I would say Hugo Lloris, our goalkeeper, led them to the victory.
Mhm.
Absolute howler for the first goal. It has been labeled a own goal. There was some confusion
It
as to
is,
whether or
yep.
not that was going to happen. It is 100% an own goal. Um, I Lloris just got to the World Cup finals. He's a very good goalkeeper. His
Mhm.
stats are definitely getting worse. He's definitely getting older.
Right.
I think that this is a much harder play than some people realize. You're
Mhm.
never expecting the ball to be hit right at you at that point,
Mhm.
the way it was. He hit it with his right foot. There's a little bit of tail on the ball, which means it wanted to be angled towards goal anyway. I don't think he even necessarily meant to do it. He might have, Saka, the one who scored,
Mhm.
might have meant to roof it. He's done that a couple times where you just try to kick it straight up into the goal. I think he was trying to come across goal, but either way, if you're Lloris, you still can't. I'll make a couple excuses as to why it's harder than people necessarily thought it was, but you still can't have a howler like that.
Yeah.
And then 36-minute Martin Odegaard, just amazing goal. I think it was 20 yards out or something around that. Might have even been a little bit more, 25 yards out. Left foot, corner of the net. Ball skipping, bounces right over Lloris's hand. People are saying he should have gotten to it. Yes, he was sprawled out. He gave 100% on that. Now, maybe he is getting old and maybe he should have gotten to it. But
Mhm.
at that point, it became 2-0. And the game changed after that. There's you have to pay attention to where the match is when you look at stats.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people are going to look at this. Expected goals were very similar. Possession 51-49.
Mm-hmm.
The stats look very similar. Anyone who watched the game at no point thought Arsenal wasn't in control.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the way they played. The other thing, our goalkeeper, Aaron Ramsdale, man of the match. 7 saves. I know we've been talking a lot of hockey lately, especially in the group chat. You're used to seeing 25, 30, 40 saves. 7 saves is an immense amount in a soccer
Mm-hmm.
match.
Yeah.
And he made some absolutely phenomenal saves. They were amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a little bigger a field, a little less speed with skates versus just regular running. So a
Yep,
few
yep,
less shots per game. We'll say that. But
absolutely.
yeah, so obviously this is huge. As we said, they're still in first place. But this is the time of year, player transfers, getting some reinforcements. How's that looking?
So what I want to talk about the reinforcements was a bunch of Arsenal fans are very
Mm,
upset.
okay.
Because if you look at it, Chelsea have managed to steal both João Felix and Mudryk away from Arsenal.
Mm-hmm.
My thing is, number one, neither one of those players. Yes, Mudryk over time will probably improve Chelsea, but I don't think either one of those players actually improved Chelsea for this season.
Mm-hmm.
And number two, I don't think that Chelsea stole Mudryk from Arsenal. I think Arsenal just walked away when it got to be too much money.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's played 49 matches in the Ukrainian league and a couple of Champions League matches. £100 million, and they signed into a 7.5 year contract, which I don't know, doesn't even mean anything anyway. Because if he does play as well as everyone thinks he's going to, Real Madrid or Barcelona are going to come talking, and you're either going to
Yeah.
sell him or have to renegotiate the contract anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So the years don't make a ton of sense to me. But we don't want either one of those players. And at this point, I don't know who we're going to go get to help us right now because it's a complicated situation. You want depth. So you got to go sign someone who's not as good as the players that you have are now, but better than what your depth pieces are, which isn't exactly an enormous window. It is in some parts of the field. You have the January tax, which means that it's going to be more expensive.
Mm-hmm.
And you're possibly hamstringing yourself for anything that you want to do come the summer transfer window. And Arsenal are now being linked with Declan Rice of West Ham, who West Ham might be needing to sell them because if they get relegated, they're going to need money to come buy
Mm-hmm.
players to come back up. And Declan Rice, I think, fits exactly what we need in this team. Because our biggest problem right now is our number 6 coverage. Thomas Partey is absolutely amazing. By the way, Partey's volley in the North London Derby, I think the post is still shaking. I think he hit it over 100 kilometers per hour. Someone said it was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But they're both him and Xhaka are on the wrong side of 30,
Mm-hmm.
or will be by the end of the season. So Declan Rice would be perfect. So now, do I spend $50 million now when I can't afford the 100 or $110 million Declan Rice is going to be in the summer? It's complicated.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't know all the working pieces. We don't know how much money they have. This does not work like FIFA. You're not given a nice big transfer budget and say, go do what you want as long as it fits in the money. That's not how the actual world works.
Mm-hmm.
So they've gotten us this far. In the 3 year turnaround that we've had, we've gone from horrible in 8th to uh, top of the league and 8 points clear. So just I whatever happens in this transfer window, I 100% trust Edu and I 100% trust Arteta. And anyone who says, guys, we have to go do something, unless you work at Arsenal, I don't. You just got to calm down. Let it happen. Breathe.
Mm-hmm.
We're top of the league. 8 points clear. We just doubled up Tottenham. Just be happy. Be happy.
If I know anything about sports fans, I think it's a shared trait amongst all fans, no matter the sport. No one's ever going to be happy for too long. No matter what's happening, there's always going to be a
Yes.
percentage of the fan base who is like, blow it up, it's over.
Yeah, blow it up and don't want anything.
Yeah.
James McNicholas, who is better known as Gunner Blog, he now writes for The Athletic. He just did a piece on all the people who used to be Arteta out who aren't anymore. And one guy was still holding on. He's like, I don't think he's genuine. I don't think he's this. I don't like all the players bought into it. We're 8 points clear. What more do you want from the man? But like you said, there's always those sports fans who are
Always,
just gonna.
always. There are people who wanted Drew Bledsoe back, I'm sure, even after Tom Brady won 3 Super Bowls here. So you'll find
Oh,
him everywhere.
after that first season in 2002, when it
Mm.
was a down year, everyone's like, "Get Bledsoe back
Yeah,
in."
yeah, we're so dumb. We should have
You
never traded him.
absolutely knew that. You absolutely knew. After a Super Bowl,
Mm.
oh God.
Yeah, so that just goes to show how good sports fans are. I mean, hey, the Dolphins had their best year in years this year, and people are like, "It's we got to blow it up. We're never gonna win with this team." And it's like just find some happiness in something. I don't know. Maybe football's not the
Hey,
thing.
here's your happiness. Well, we're gonna get back to soccer in a minute, but
Mm,
here's your happiness. When the Patriots squeaked into the playoffs last year, they went to Buffalo and got slapped. The
That's true.
Dolphins almost won with their third string quarterback.
Hmm.
Y'all doing
It was
fine.
fun. It was fun. It was
Y'all
fun.
doing fine.
Yeah. All right. So back to soccer, as you said, back to real football, as most of the world calls it. Manchester United, they're in third, but 39 points. They're in second. I'm not sure how tiebreakers and all that
Goal
work.
difference.
Goal difference.
Goal
Okay.
difference
So
is very big, which, by the way, this is something that Arsenal fans are very proud of, and we're not shouting it from the rafters, but I guess I'm saying it on the internet, so I might as well be.
yeah,
We're equal on goal difference with Man City. That is
yeah,
huge. No one has been equal on goal difference for Man City in forever.
yeah. I
That is
mean,
huge.
for people who aren't looking at the stats right now, Arsenal, Man City, both 28. Manchester United only 8. So they're squeaking by here to get these
Well,
39 points.
they had some big losses in the
Mhm.
beginning. They lost ugly several times, and that can really skew.
Yeah, true.
Because then you look at the fourth place team, Newcastle, and they have 22.
22,
I mean,
yeah,
one of those things is not like the others. Uh,
exactly. All right.
so
So how is Manchester United doing these days? Obviously better if
very
they
good.
lost.
They just won the Manchester Derby
Mm,
at Old Trafford. They just beat City, and it felt dirty to cheer for them, but I did anyway because it helped us.
yep.
And as we record this, they just got finished drawing to Palace.
Okay.
That was a wonder goal by Palace. Best I can tell, I haven't seen the highlights. The expected goal on the kick was 0.04, and it was in the 91st minute to get a 1-1 draw. So
Mm,
yeah, bit of a wonder goal that probably shouldn't have happened, and definitely
right.
doesn't look like how the game played out. However, and this is what I will say. So this is either going to be a fantastic week or kind of a crap week,
Mm,
or a still a good week. I mean, we beat Spurs. The only team we've lost to domestically so far this season was Brighton in the FA Cup when we played our C squad,
mm,
and Man United away. We beat Man United at home against the Emirates on Sunday. If that happens, we go 11 points clear of them. We
mm,
probably maintain our 8 point cushion because Man City has Spurs, and I
yep.
expect them to beat Spurs right now.
Mm,
Uh, and we're looking really good.
yeah.
If we lose that Man United game, now we're back to 5 points clear. That would be a little bit too tight for me. Man United just got done beating City, and if you can beat City, you can beat anybody. But City's looking a little sluggish. Kevin De
Mm,
Bruyne does not look like himself. Holland has cooled off. We talked about this in Swinging and Shins as well. Aaron thinks it's mostly down to service. My argument is, where else are you going to get a better service from the best team in the league? But
mm,
maybe the best team in the league is Arsenal now. I mean, 8 points clear.
right.
Maybe we finally turned that corner. But this United game is going to be, um, it's going to be a very big match.
Mm,
If we can take Tottenham away and United at home back to back and maintain 8 points clear, I think at that point most people have to say we are seriously title contenders.
right. So we're going to keep an eye on it. Obviously, we're going to be updating here. Rhett's going to be updating here and on Swinging at Shins, our spin-off podcast that we're very proud of. Please go check that out. Top link in the description down below. Um, yeah. Anything else you want to talk about before we get on out of here?
Uh, no, I think that covers it for Arsenal.
Perfect. So, do you want to plug Swinging at Shins a little bit more? I know we've kind of peppered it in here and there.
Yeah, we've been peppering it in. Swinging at Shins for anyone who's new to the channel. There are two Premier League based clip shows on this channel. One is The Way West Ham, that's what you're listening to, and the other one is The Villa Villa, which covers all things Aston Villa. That is my friend Aaron. He and I, because these clips were getting to be 30 minutes long instead of just 15 like they're supposed to be, decided to do a podcast where we just talk all Premier League. We do one a week. They come out on Thursdays. We just got done recording our last one. It'll be out tomorrow, the 19th. Talk about a lot of stuff. We talk about how Liverpool now needs to hit the crisis mode button because that loss to Brighton is crisis mode. We talk
Right.
about how maybe Potter wasn't the reason why it was magic at Brighton because Brighton's doing fantastic. What's going on with City? Fulham make the top four, maybe the top five. A lot of stuff going on over there. So that is that podcast. You can find it on our YouTube channel and wherever you can find podcasts. All those links will be in the description below, I am sure.
Yes, yeah, it's all there. Rhett, thank you so much for your time as always. And
Thank you, Brian.
yeah, you follow the channel on Twitter at Wicked Sport or at WG Everything, Instagram Wicked Everything, Twitch, it's twitch.tv/Wicked Everything, and or Instagram also Wicked Good Sports. TikTok, we got Wicked Good Sports and Wicked Good Everything. We're everywhere. Just check us out. You can follow me.
Forgot to mention that as well with Swinging at Shins, Instagram, Facebook, all those wonderful things.
Yes, we're trying to be as many places as we can be. But you follow me on Twitter at the fake BMR. That's BMARR. Dolphin season is over, so I don't know what I'll be tweeting about going forward. Survivor, the last. Oh my god, that was so fucking good. I'm about to record a Last of Us post show right after this, so excited to talk about that. If you want to hear that, head over to our Better Radio channel. The some reason the logo's in on this.
Yeah, for whatever reason, I noticed that.
I think because it's supposed to be like our podcasting network, and this is the podcast. But, anyways, yes, worth fighting for a Last of Us recap podcast post show. Very excited. I love The Last of Us, both the games. Rhett, I know you do too. So, I'm very excited for this adaptation. So, anything else?
They killed it with the first episode. They absolutely
really did. They really did. And yeah, we'll be trying to have like guests and stuff. So maybe some point you can come over there, talk some Last of Us with us.
Oh, I'd love to.
If you're free, of course. I know you got real busy between this and the other show. And
the other show.
And the other show.
Yeah.
All the other shows. Speaking of, put out the last episode for now, potentially ever, for the Sunny Day review. All explained in those episodes. So that's over. If you liked Buffy and Angel, got recaps of that on Better Radio. But that frees me up to really put focus into another show coming up that I think you'll like for the main channel. So stick around. If you like D&D, and you've gotten over all the controversy that's been happening with the last couple of weeks, you'll like that. But,
we're not the bad people. We're the people being affected by the controversy.
Exactly.
Whatever that's worth.
But yes.
Might be hitting the eject button and making us a Pathfinder campaign real quick.
Yeah. We're gonna make up our own version of a tabletop RPG. But I'm rambling. Rhett, again, thank you so much, and thank you all for listening.